position and what they are doing on behalf of the family.
Na ulikoragwo we hau nigetha tuike wa gwikira hinya undu ucio areka ta muthuri.
So that you cheer your husband up.
Ugathie nabe ukimuchangamshaga.
In all that he is doing for the family, cheer him up.
Thindi wa maundu maria mothe arekira family ugatuika wa
encourage him.
Ukimumagiriria.
Tell him good things. Tell him he is doing good.
Ukimwira maundu mega ni ureka wega.
Not because he is perfect, but whatever he is doing, cheer him up.
Titodo ne mukinyaniru no maundu mithini maria areka mumagiririe.
Affirm him, give him compliments.
Stand
with him in whatever he is doing. Sometimes life is not easy. And the husband may be knocked down by life. Sometimes he may even make mistakes. But when the Bible is saying respect your husband in everything, is that you support him as he is. And men by nature, they feel very good when they are celebrated, when they are cheered up, when they are encouraged, when they are praised and affirmed and given compliments, even the way they are. And they do even better for the good of the family. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
The problem is that sometimes wives become tempted to be complainers in the house. They become critics of the husband. They become fortifiers. They only see what is wrong and they don't see what is good. And I want to tell you, Esther, men by nature don't like to be criticized, especially they will do better when you encourage them, when you cheer them up. Even when they have fallen, to the glory of God. So the first thing I wanted to share with us is about roles in marriage. But then number two thing that I'll go very, very fast because of time is on how you can fill your house with good things. The Bible is telling us that a house is built through wisdom. It is built with wisdom. And through understanding it is established. And through knowledge it is filled with rare and precious things. I want to tell you, Wycliffe and your wife, that it is the will of God to bless you so that you can have a family, a house that is full of rare and precious things. But how do you do it? It will come through wealth creation. You must be willing to work in a way that you can create wealth for your family. When you look at the world, across the world, you'll find that only a very small percentage of people who you can say they have rare, or their houses are full of rare and precious things. Majority of the people across the world are either average or poor. So how do you create wealth?
Utongo thondekagwo atia?
I don't have time, but let me try.
Ndiye na ihinda no tareke ngerie.
Wealth is not to be pursued.
Ati wagiruko ukiona.
Wealth is not something that you pursue. It's not something that you go after, but it is something that you attract to yourself because of the kind of a person that you become.
Oh, sawa sawa. Ati naguo utongari tikindu gya guthingatwo no ni kindu ugucagiriria kuringana uria uraikara no.
The more you pursue riches, the more they seem to go away from you.
Uria ugithingatago utonga no guthia ugikuragira.
But if you desire to have wealth and to have riches,
you
must begin by becoming the kind of a person that can attract it. And it come where you are. And one of the key things that you must do is that you must become a person of high value.
Somebody
of high value that people are looking for. Because people are the ones who have the riches and the wealth in the world. And because you will not go to take it from their pockets by force, you must have a value that they are looking for, that they'll be willing to exchange with your money as you give them services through the value that you have. And when you are that a man or woman of value, riches will come to you.
Value. Let
me share very briefly some of the qualities that attract wealth. Number one, you must be a man or woman of vision. Somebody that can see where you are going before you get there. A man of great vision, somebody who will be dreaming of big things.
One
of the biggest problems of humankind is that we think very small. Many of us who are born in poverty, we are brought up in scarcity. And we look at life through eyes of scarcity mentality. And when you look at the vision that is there in the lives or in the minds of many people, visions of very small things. Things are available on earth, but not many people can be able to see them in their minds. Number two, you must become a highly skilled and very highly competent person. Because people look at people who have competence. People who have the skills to do what they want done for them. You must seek to be highly trained and highly skilled professionals. People that can meet the needs of other people. So that even wherever you walk, your employers will be regarding you very highly. Because they know that you are able to give them the best quality of the service that they desire for their company. So that even if you said you want to resign, they'll be willing to double your salary so that they don't lose you. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
How do you attract wealth? By becoming a man or woman of high integrity. A person that people cannot doubt. Somebody who keeps their word. Somebody who can enjoy what we call social capital. The people people can trust you.
They'll
be willing to give you their resources because they know you are reliable. When you go to your friend and you ask them for 100,000 or even 1,000,000 shillings and they have it, and you say that you refund, they know that you are trustworthy, you can refund if you are given. If you are in business, people know, your suppliers know that they can give you things on credit and you can pay. Even financials can give you millions and millions of shillings because they know you are a man or woman that is that is credible enough. Many people cannot get well because they are not trustworthy. Nobody can trust them. Another thing that is important is self-discipline. Because this life requires somebody who knows where they are going. And there are all these distractions that come along the way. But you need to be self-disciplined. You need to be focused enough that you align your actions with where you are going. You know what to do and what not to do. You supervise yourself on what you must do to become that which you desire to become. Today we have people who are not self-disciplined. There are so many things that are calling or drawing our attention. Wasting time. Social media. People are on the screen 24/7. And there is nothing productive. They are using their phone and their computers for. They are just looking at the entertainment in the world. And the friendships with the people, always talking and chatting with the people through the media, on people who are they are talking about nothing. How many hours do you spend per day on the screen? How many hours per day? How much do you earn in terms of money because of those hours that you spend on the screen? Some people will spend 2 hours per day chatting with some people. How are you? Good morning. How are you doing? And that is the same thing they had said yesterday morning, and they are repeating it today, and they keep chatting, and the whole day, 2 hours, some people 3 hours, some people 5 hours. How much do you earn by using your screen? Do you know time is money? From where I sit, as a deputy presiding bishop, if you calculate my income per month and calculate it per day and per hour, you can imagine if I chat for 1 hour or for 2 hours or 4 hours, how much am I supposed to get as I spend every hour? If there is any chatting I can do that will not earn me the rate that I'm supposed to get per hour, It means I'm very foolish.
Noyo nanie de modo mokegu mono.
Wasting hours every day.
Getemadha o muthenyo muthe.
Earning nothing.
And those
are hours I could have spent to earn something of value to myself. Look at your neighbor for me and ask them, how much do you get from social media? How much money do you get from social media? Do you know social medias are people's businesses? Do you know YouTube is owned by one of the richest men in the world? Do you know Facebook is owned by one of the richest billionaires in dollars in the world? Do you know as you chat, somebody is making money out of it? Sorry, I have spent a bit of time there. I don't know why. Maybe here there could be people who need deliverance from social media. I hope it is not Wycliffe or Esther. May God help us. Attracting wealth. Attracting wealth requires people that are patient. Knowing that wealth creation is a process, is a journey that takes time. To build your career, to build a business, to build an investment needs patience. Making money requires somebody that is a hard worker and a smart worker. Making money requires people that are problem solvers and solution providers. Where you take responsibility to solve the problems that stand on your way. Every problem has a solution. And there are all these problems that will try to stand on your way. But to make money, you will have to solve those problems. Even to have a strong and successful marriage, you must solve the problems that come in your marriage. Today we are having many divorces because people are not able to solve the problems in their marriages. People who attract wealth are problem solvers. People who attract wealth must be teachable. People who have a curious mind. They want to learn even from mistakes of the past. They look for information. They try to increase their knowledge every day. Because the more they know, the more they can be able to do. Wealth is attracted by people of great determination. Life is not easy. It requires people of great determination. Somebody who will face life and determine that they'll have to succeed no matter what. People who have the tenacity to surmount every challenge that stand on their way. And wealth is attracted by people who are good planners. People who have good financial planning. So that you tell yourself that whatever you get, you use it in a way that you can multiply it and grow. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
And finally, you must develop an investment mentality. Investment mentality. What is an investment mentality?
Uigithia kana mwĩcirĩrie wa uigithia niki?
Is when you have a mind or a way of looking at things, a perspective.
Nĩ rĩrĩa una muonere wa kũrora maũndũ.
That whenever you make money,
atĩ rĩrĩa rĩothe wathondeka mbeca,
you decide.
Ukabanga.
As much as possible, I will not be using the money that I get.
Ati oria kwahoteka nigeria muno ndikahũthĩre mbeca ciakwa iria ndona.
I will grow it, I will multiply it, and use what I earn from what I got.
Nĩgũcikuria ndĩcikuragia nĩgetha ngahũthĩra kĩrĩa ndona kumana nacio no ti kĩrĩa nyonire kĩambĩrĩria.
Wealth is not about how much you earn.
Ũhoro wa ũtonga ti atĩ nĩ kĩrĩa ũranyita.
Is about what you do with what you earn.
No nĩ ũrĩa ũrahota gwĩka na kĩrĩa ũratuĩka wa kuona.
What do you do with what you get?
Wĩkaga atĩa na kĩrĩa wegwatĩra.
That is what determines whether you'll make it financially or not.
Kĩu nĩkĩo kĩonanagia kana nĩ ũkũhĩtũka kĩgeranio kĩu kana nĩ ũkũgwa.
If you track your spending, the way you spend the money that you get,
ũngĩtwara kamũtata ũrĩa ũhũthagĩra mbeca rĩrĩa waciona,
in many a time you will find
maita maingĩ wahota kuona
that you don't have an investment mentality.
Nĩ totari wega biũ na mwĩcirĩrie wa wĩigithia.
If I was young like Esther and Wycliffe today,
korwo ũmũthĩ ndĩ mwĩthĩ ta Esther kana Wycliffe,
there is one decision I would make.
Rĩciria rĩrĩa ingĩthondeka,
that I will do everything possible,
atĩ ingĩgeria mũno njĩke ũndũ wothe ũhoteke,
so that I will not be spending what I earn.
Atĩ ndirĩhũthagĩra kĩrĩa ndegwatĩra ta mũcara.
Let me repeat.
Njokere.
I will not be spending what I earn or what I get especially from a salary.
Atĩ ndirĩtuĩkaga wa kũhũthĩra kĩu ndatuĩka wa kwĩgwatĩra ta mũcara.
But I will invest it in an investment.
No nĩ gũkĩigithia igĩkĩigithia thĩinĩ wa wĩigithia.
And I spend the returns that come from investment.
Rĩu nduĩke wa kũhũthĩra maciaro ma kĩu.
That I invest almost 100% of what I earn.
Ngerie mũno kĩu ndona nduĩke ndakĩigithia oguo kĩhana gĩothe.
And use the returns that come from the investment.
Rĩu nduĩke wa kũhũthĩra moimĩrĩra ma kĩu kũigithĩtie.
It's not an easy thing, but it is doable.
Ti ũndũ mũhũthũ mũno no nĩ ũndũ ũngĩkĩka.
Somebody say amen.
Mũndũ auge amen.
Wycliffe. When you find that you are spending the money that you earn,
okay, kana koreria tu rahũthĩra mbeca iria ũtuĩkire wa kwamũgĩra ta mũcara.
It is easy to recycle that experience 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you end up as poor as you were in the beginning.
Waya gwĩka ũgĩcokera no gĩcokera na mũimbĩrĩro ũgekora ũrĩ o thĩinĩ wa thĩna.
It does not matter how much you earn.
Gũtimakanagia nĩkĩ kĩu wamũkagĩra.
So long as you are using it all and you are recycling that experience every month, every year.
No gũgĩtuĩka atĩ kĩu ndokĩo gũthiũrũrũkaga o ũguo o mwaka.
You may live a life that people will see like you are riches, like you have things, but at the end of the day you may be a very poor person.
Waya gũtũra mũtũrĩre andũ makĩona marĩona ata wĩna indo na kana wĩ mũtongu no marigĩrĩrio akorwo wĩ mũndũ mũthĩni.
Financial prosperity is not about how much you get as a salary.
Kũgacĩra kĩmbeca gũtiraringana na kĩrĩa wonaga ta mũcara.
It depends on how much are you getting from your investment.
Kũringanaga nĩkĩ kĩu ũramũkĩra kuma thĩinĩ wa ũigithia waku.
Not from your salary.
Not kuma mũcara-inĩ waku.
But from your investment.
No nĩ thĩinĩ wa kĩrĩa wetga waigithia.
Somebody say amen.
Tuge amen.
I like to teach a lot about wealth creation.
No nyende kũrutana mũno ũgerie gũthondeka mbeca kana ũtonga.
Because money is important.
Nĩ tondũ rũciũ nĩ wagĩrĩire.
Solomon wrote and said,
Solomon akĩandĩka na akiuga,
money answereth all things.
Atĩ nacio mbeca igothi cokio ya maũndũ mothe.
And especially in marriage.
Na mũno mũno thĩinĩ wa kĩhiko.
Somebody say amen.
Ndoige amen.
And so I want us now to get to the other session.
Rĩu nĩguo tũige thĩinĩ wa session ĩyo ĩngĩ.
Where we shall now join these two.
Harĩa tũkũnyitithania adwaya mari
I request this camera to be pushed back a bit.
Gakihoya kamera eno tukiyagutindikwo guo.
So that now we come and do business here.
Na nigetha tutuike agutwarithia business yengi na iguru.
Amen. Can we give the Lord a hand for his word? That is not good enough. Let's celebrate Jesus for his word. Amen. Na sasa nafikiri naweza tumia Kiswahili.
Okay.
Tachanganya zote. Taongea Kiswahili, Kiingereza, sometimes Kikisii, sometimes Kikuyu, vile nitakavyoweza. Amen. Kwa hivyo tuulize, tumpigie our interpreter makofi.
Amen.
Amen. Asante.